trying to work out how you could possibly end up with a name like this. What came to my imagination was that your mother had a virgin birth, and when someone asked her your father was, she said all she remembered was a bright light.
hmm It's a quote from Gremlins, the film from the 80s. Um, I don't really know why it stuck, but years ago when I was trying to think of a moniker
Mm.
for music stuff, it just popped into my head because I love the film and I couldn't really think of anything better, so it just stuck. So here we are.
So what's a nice boy from Neath, small village near Neath,
Mhm.
doing in a fast city like New York?
Well, it's been a long time now. I don't really know how I managed to make that work, but it's been 13 years in March,
Mhm.
which is a significant amount of time, really.
Mhm. Mhm.
Um, it's such an incredible place. The people here are really amazing. There's such a sense of community here, um, especially with creatives, which
Yeah.
is really incredible to find. Everyone's so generous with their time, and everyone's like really happy to connect creatives to other creatives that are doing similar things or supporting each other, and really just watching and wanting everyone to do
Yeah.
well.
Yeah.
It's very unique, I think, to find that.
Mhm. You wear many hats, singer, performer, writer, part-time actor. Where, which is your favorite hat?
I think that changes. And it's each of them are kind of my favorite hat because of the other ones that I also
Yeah.
wear. I think um, the variety is really exciting for me, and it's
Yeah.
really cool to have lots of different things that I'm involved in, so that everything feels kind of fresh by the time you arrive back at the old job, if that makes
Mhm.
sense. It's nice to be able to do something slightly different every day,
Yeah.
um, and just yeah, have lots of different things going on. It keeps my mind fresh and excited about things.
I was going to ask you if you were gay, but then I saw that you backed Elton John.
Erasure, Scissor Sisters, Cher,
But how fabulous has it been?
really fabulous. When you grow up in the Welsh valleys, you feel
Yeah.
very far away from that kind of world and those kind of people. So it's really crazy, I think,
Mhm.
to try and comprehend the fact that that's like a very normal part of my life.
Yeah.
I don't really think about it being that sort of fantastical until I realize the things that I've done and I look back on them. When you
Mhm.
do them, I think you're
Yeah.
braced for what you're doing and you have the momentum, you go along with these things. But when you sit back and you're like, oh wow, yeah, I did all of those things and worked with all of those people, it feels really bonkers to have done all of that.
Yeah.
Especially when I go home to the valleys and it's just like rolling hills and nothing going on. It feels very weird to be like, oh wow, I came from this and I ended up playing to 30,000 people opening for Cher. It's mind blowing, really.
We should say to people watching this, if you don't know Wales, everybody sings in Wales.
Yes, which is fascinating to think that it's not, what everyone does around the world.
Mhm.
Um, I have always had songs, whether that's like the school choir or like assembly
Mhm.
in school or like the Eisteddfods that you have to do every year. Like singing is just such a normal thing.
Yeah.
So I never really thought of it as being something like an extraordinary skill. I just thought that's kind of what everyone did.
Mhm.
And then as you get older and you realize it's not, it's it's kind of eye-opening to be like, oh right, sure. Oh well, that's what I do.
So let's talk. The end of this month, you're going back to Joe's Pub in New York, which is a really good place for you to be, with a
Yeah,
show called Not Like Other Boys.
not like all the other boys.
Not like Audio Boys. What can we expect to see and hear at the show?
So the show is I don't want to call it like a retrospective, but I guess it's like an a respective of my career so
Mhm.
far. So I've done all these things and worked with all of these like wild people, and you know, the way that music consumption works these days is not so much strictly like about like a press campaign and a
Mhm.
linear movement through time. So people rediscover people or they newly discover people with algorithms and things like that. And there are people that see me DJing every week in New York that really don't um, put the two and two together to
Yeah.
understand that I'm also the recording artist. So I'm using these shows. It's like a one man show, part music performance, part kind of stand up in a way, I
Mhm.
suppose,
Mhm.
storytelling to explore the things that I've done and help people to understand the person behind the songs and the collaborations. And some people have no idea that I've recorded with Elton John, and some people only know me from recording with Elton John, and other people don't know different facets of the life. So it's a nice way for me to pull together all of the different things that I've done and present them to people so they can just have like a roller coaster ride through my
Yeah.
career so far. You know, it's a really fun show. I love playing these shows. It's great.
You're having guest stars, including Kim David Smith. Anybody else we
Yes.
should know about?
Not that you're going to know about right now. There's going to
Okay.
be a few other guests. Yeah, I do this every time. You know,
Yeah.
we, like I said about the collaboration and the network thing in New York. It's really lovely that
Mm.
we all do this with each other, and we'll get
Yeah.
people popping up at different shows. And it's kind of like the joy of New York is never really know who's
Yeah.
going to be in a room.
It's a
It's
long
really
way
fun.
from Neath. Tell us about your daytime dance party
So
in
every Saturday, I run a tea dance called Romy and Michelle's Saturday Afternoon Tea Dance in the East Village, and it is themed around the cult '90s movie Romy and Michelle's High School Reunion, and it is hosted at Alan Cumming, who's in the movie, at his
Ah,
bar, Pub Cumming. So what I wanted to do was to create a like a daytime party that was very inclusive, very unpretentious, just really silly and really fun. And I love that film, so I named it after that. In the film, they claim that they invented post-it notes. So in the party, you can make song requests on post-it notes, and you stick them to the wall, and I make my way through them. And if I play the song, if I have the song, sorry, I'll play it. So it's a nice way to make people feel involved in their own Saturday afternoons. They can kind of co-curate the party, and it feels nice. Like over the years that I've done it, it's really built a community and people that come every week, and you know, we've become friends, and it's been a really
mhm.
lovely way to feel a very connected
Yeah.
part of New York City.
It's probably any place you could do that, maybe London, but it's quite unique.
Yeah, it is
Um,
very unique, and I think specifically as a daytime party, New York is a very
mm,
unique place to do that. Even in London, it doesn't really happen to have daytime parties in the way that it does here. Like there are hundreds of them here, and there it's really it's just not that common.
yeah,
So it's difficult to
yeah.
make those things take off in the UK. But here it's really a joy to do that every week.
And you're back on the road for your largest US tour this year. Where are
Yes.
you going? Where are we going to see you? Who you going
Oh,
with?
so I'm going on the road with a really
Mhm.
cool drag queen from Brazil called Grag Queen. She won the first ever Queens of the Universe, which is like an offshoot of the RuPaul's Drag Race franchise. She's super
Mhm.
talented, excellent performer. I'm really excited to work with them. So nice. And we are going to, let me see if I can remember, New York, Boston, Philadelphia, DC, Raleigh, Charlotte, San Diego, LA, San Francisco, Portland, Seattle, Chicago.
You have a good memory.
Oh my God, there's maybe one or two more, and I can't remember off the top of my head. But that's kind of like the Atlanta, Nashville.
That's a big tour.
It is a big tour, yeah. It's quite significant, and it's nice to go back to some places I haven't been to for a very long time. So it should be really fun, and it's
Do
in
you go
March,
into
late
big
April.
spaces or meet? How big of a space
I
are you?
think there are about like two or three hundred capacity venues, so like a good size, you know. But they can you can also make them feel very intimate,
Hmm.
which I really enjoy. So I'll be doing kind of like a truncated version of my not like all the other boys show there, where it's
Hmm.
a little bit retrospective, but like very energy forward and talking to people about some of the songs and sort of like giving them like a very concise snapshot of what I've done and who I am and how ridiculous I am as a person, I think.
Well, did you have a new album out as well now?
No, there's no new album out at the moment. The last one was 2024.
2024. But you've done well with them. Or how many? Four of them have gone into the British independent charts.
Yes. Actually, they all have gone into the independent charts. The debut album retroactively went into the independent charts, but they've all been in the British independent charts. I've had 3 number 1s in the UK.
Oh, massive.
Obviously not in the main charts, but
Yeah, yeah.
the Independent Breakers chart, 2 of them choreography, and Enjoy Youth in 2024 were number 1s, and Fun City was a number 1 dance album in 2020.
Now you speak very clearly. Does anybody have problem with your Welsh accent?
Yeah, I mean, it's obviously, tempered when I talk these days, just because I don't know, like I grew up in Wales and I went to university in England, and that's its own thing. And then moving abroad, you feel like my accent is very chameleon. I absolutely detest repeating myself when I'm talking.
Oh, really?
So
I have to.
I absolutely hate it so much. It drives me like furious. So I've had to kind of like soften my accent a little bit to just not have to repeat myself all the time and lose any semblance of patience that I have.
I lose it when they ask me if I'm Australian.
Yeah, it happens a lot, and the
Is
accents
it
are
you as well?
nowhere. Yeah, all the time, and it's baffling to me because the accents are nothing like each other. I really don't understand it. A lot of people's favorite thing to do is like guess where you're from, and it drives me out of my skull because it's 99.9% of the time completely wrong. I think maybe once somebody has said Wales, but they were also British, so it was likely that that was going to be
You should say to
spotted.
them, you wouldn't do this to Dame Shirley Bassey, so don't do it.
But they all think she's American,
Yeah,
you
yeah.
know.
But if I think if you, I let you know, but I don't think they do even know that Tom Jones was Welsh as well.
They no, they don't know that. I mean, to be fair, Wales is a tiny country, and
Mm,
they all sang with American accents. Shirley
mm.
Bassey didn't, but Tom Jones did. Yeah, they just assume that anyone famous is like either American or British. Well, we're English.
Well, it's been great to catch you at last. We've been going around you for some time. Have a great time on the tour and a great time in at Club Cummins. We'll put all your details up there.
Thank you very much. Good to
You're
speak to you.
Better stop confusing me with somebody who might. I'm not like all the other boys. I'm giving you music, they're giving you noise.